Welcome everyone, my name is Ollie and today I got first place at our constructed event for the Doom of Dimensions set release with Crystal Beast. The reason being that today I got a notification on Facebook that it has been 10 years since my coming out as a gay person, so I thought there was no other deck I could take with me to this event but Crystal Beast. I played 4 matches and my record is 8 game wins and 1 loss, that being the very first game that I played. My matchups were against Pure Canine, which was the deck that brought me to 2-1. Followed that was Ryseal, Mitsurugi, Fiendsmith. I don't know if it was in that order or if they have any one engine that they prefer. Followed by that was Magia Blue Eyes, and I talked with that person and they were like, no, Magia Blue Eyes is way better than Primite. Well, they would have won with Primite. But anyway, and my last match was against Generator, which of course isn't the meta deck, or like in general those weren't the meta matchups, but for what it was worth, I had to play through enough, so I feel like a deck profile is warranted here. Now, full credits to Dreadguy, who this list is heavily inspired by. Like, I think there are only a few choices that I didn't agree with, or like a few things that I changed, but most of this is his Crystal Beast Revolution Synchron Gamma-Seal deck that he uploaded the profile for a few weeks ago, but I'm giving you my own personal profile right now. And we're starting with the monsters. Of course, the iconic Rainbow Dragon, and I know people will already see this the signed card, signed by our goat Nashi. I asked my locals if it was okay to play with a few signed cards. I have more of them that are signed by Nashi. And they said it was okay, but always ask your local first if they approve of this, because technically these are considered marked cards. I could have taken cards that are not signed with me, and you should always do that if you attend anything above locals. But for today it was okay. Yeah. So we have our Rainbow Dragon, of course. I only play 1. There are people that play it at 2, but it's like, what happens if I draw 1? Well, if you draw 1, you're fucked anyway. Like like Rainbow Dragon is dead for way too long in your hand to consider playing a second one and then being stuck with 2 of them in your hand. This is why I only play 1. We got our Crystal Bricks, Ruby, Mammoth, Tiger, Turtle, and Cobalt. We got our Sapphire Pegasus, our playset, of course, because this is literally the best card in the deck. It is your starter for almost all the plays you want to do. We got 2 Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. 1 isn't enough and 3 is way too much, so yeah, you play that too. And then we have the Revolution Synchrons and the Gamma-Seal that I've spoken about. Revolution Synchron for us specifically is just so good because you can go into Power Tool Dragon with any of the level 4 Crystal Beasts and search Golden Rule. You wouldn't play Revolution Synchron just to search Golden Rule with Power Tool Dragon, but like, why not? Why wouldn't you here? And then later on you can either go into a Crystal Wing or a Herald of the Arclight with the Revived Revolution Synchron. And Gamma-Seal, because we can search any field spell in the game, we can search Gamma-Seal and we combo enough to bring out Saryusha and summon Gamma-Seal, and Gamma-Seal's effect is crazy. If you haven't read it, it says if you have Kaiju counters on the field, you can just use up 2 Kaiju counters and it is an Omni-Negate, not once per turn, not even once per chain, and the card will be negated and banished, which is insane. Personally, I have never played Gamma-Seal up to today, but I was just looking for an easy list, and I know that the list from Dreadguy has performed crazy at some other places, so I thought, you know what, today is the day I bring the Gamma-Seal. So yeah, that is our monster matchups. Now let me clean this up real fast so we can get to the spells. And we're back. Now for the spells, it will be the engine cards first. So we've got our triple rainbow bridges, bridges. We got our crystal bonds. We got our golden rules, which are always treated as a crystal card. Golden rule is like the best push for game making we have available, which is why Power Tool Dragon searching it out is actually insane. But like if we can't search it out, like the world isn't in ruins, since it's always considered as a crystal card, and like you can open with it, and that's awesome as well. Like we're really not sad if we can't search it with Power Tool, but since we can, since it's so free, why not? We got our Rainbow Bridge of the Hearts. We got our 2 Awakenings, same reason as with Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. 1 isn't enough and 3 is way too much, so we played at 2 because it can pull double duty for us with either searching a Rainbow Bridge, putting it in our hand or graveyard, or special summoning a Crystal Beast. Like, in your combo you only resolve one since you can only resolve 1 per turn, but like, the second one is still good if it comes up on the opponent's turn. We got our Lone Crystal Miracle, our Omni Negate in trap form, like our in-archetype Omni Negate. We got Rainbow Bridge of Salvation, and I played it with Kyoto Waterfront in the main. I have another field spell in the side. We've got our Clockwork Knight and our Foolish Burial Goods. Now with Foolish Burial Goods, you either dump Rainbow Bridge of Salvation or the Clockwork Knight, which would search Revolution Synchron, so that's another way into that line. And then I need to clean up the board again for the non-engine, as it seems. For our non-engine, we obviously got Called by the Grave. And then we got a lot of board breakers. 3 Forbidden Droplets, 3 Super Polys, and 3 Book of Eclipse. So for the people that paid attention, this means this is a 45 card deck list, which really isn't that much. You could play like 60 card piles. I used to do that at the beginning of this year with like Snake Eyes and the whole Synchro lineup, because Snake Eyes can search Chat Synchron, go into Clockwork Knight, the Link monster, search Clockwork Knight, the spell card, get into Revolution Synchron, yada yada yada. But I didn't feel like doing that today. So yeah, that is our main deck. And for our extra deck, we got 3 Super Poly targets in Garura, Mud Dragon, and Secretarian Dragon, because I am very afraid of Draco Tail. Like, as a Yummy player, this is just precaution. Draco Tail can't ruin my day enough if they get off to the races with it, so yeah, this is just precaution. Now we got 2 Snake Eyes Doom Dragon. This is like the best card that has released this year for Crystal Beast, because Snake Eyes Doom Dragon can be made with 2 Crystal Beasts that are in our spell and trap zone, and put something else into the spell and trap zone on summon. So you can either put an opponent's monster into the spell and trap zone to turn that monster off, or you can even put your own Crystal Beasts in your spell and trap zone, which is actually part of the combo line, because you can because you put this into a cross sheep zone. So you go like Cross Sheep, Chainlink 1 to revive like something like Ruby Carbuncle, and Doom Dragon Chainlink 2 to put back a Pegasus into the Spell and Trap Zone, which will be revived by Ruby Carbuncle. Next up, we've got our Power Tool Dragon and our Herald of the Arclights. These are my Synchro targets for Revolution Synchron. At least in the main extra deck, I have some more targets in the side deck that I've used. We've got Dugaris for a bit of more combo extension, Plan B Baguska, and Zeus, which I actually never made, but I rather wanted to bring Zeus in the main than something else that will show up in a bit. Then we've got our Lynx, our Cross Sheep, our SP, our Soyuja, our Silantis, and then at the very end, of course, our Ultimate Crystal Rainbow Dragon Overdrive. So yeah, that's the extra deck. And now let me get to the last part, the side deck. For our side deck, we are a bit boring for the most parts. We just play the hand traps that we could slot in if some of the board breakers don't do it for us, or we don't need the board breakers. So yeah, 3 Ash Blossoms, 3 Ghost Spells. Wait, alright, now that's better. 3 Drone Lockbirds because Mitsurugi is still a real deck. And then we've got our alternative cards. We've got Black Rose Dragon for going second with Revolution Synchron, and Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon for also going second when Herald isn't really that threatening when you're going second and try to kill. And then we've got our Necro Valley as an alternative target for Rainbow Bridge of Salvation. Necro Valley has saved me a lot today, and it has always been good when I could like side it in knowing I would go first. Which hasn't happened that often, but like Necro Valley can just put the screws on some decks that's like they need to respond on it in the moment, like or they threatened to lose their whole game plan because they can't do anything with the graveyard anymore. And then we've got this lineup: Nemesis. Banshee, Nemesis Flag, and Arch Nemesis Eschatos. I brought Eschatos over Protoss today because I was like, yeah, I can call Beast for Yummy with one of the Crystal Beasts. I can call Dragon with Eschatos for like Draco Tail, and also like Blue Eyes would be scared of it. But the main reason is I felt like Protoss didn't really cover enough decks because Draco Tails are different attributes. Now Yummy would be all light, but that would like force me to always keep a light around, a ruby around, which I'd rather put away at some point for extra deck stuff. Yeah, but I also actually brought Ashatos because I thought that the K9 cards were all like Beast Warriors, because why wouldn't they be? But clearly I didn't pay enough attention. But to be fair, like the least threatening part about the K9 cards are their types. So yeah, I didn't use this line anyway. I'm still convinced that this would be that this could be a strong engine for when you go first, which is why I put Banshee in the side for Zeus. But it just never came up today. So this has been my Crystal Beast deck profile. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Now, as a last personal note, I just wanted to say, so since this has been my 10-year anniversary of me coming out as a gay person, living my truth, it has been wonderful, it has been bothersome, all at the same time. I would do it all over again. I would actually do it sooner if I had known how great it was. Even though in these times, like where movements are happening that try to strip away the rights of women, people in color, LGBTQ people, or people of color, we still need to do the best we can, fighting the fight by being our true, authentic selves. And the last message that I have is, the rainbow can be so beautiful if you just embrace it. I have been your host, Ollie, and I hope you all have a crystal-based day.